Coming into today, there were 3 spots left in the Calhoun County basketball tournament, 2 spots on the boys side of the bracket, and the marquee matchup was last year's biggest upset win of the Calhoun County tournament, Sacred Heart and Oxford. Those 2 guys settling the score today. Could we see another upset of the smallest school in the county against the biggest school in the county? They sure started out the way they needed to, Sacred Heart did. They opened up with a 14-2 lead, but the Jackets would battle back. Jacoby McClendon with the jumper off the spin move here, but Sacred Heart took a 29-18 lead at halftime. Oxford battled through and through all the way through this game. Kevion Nolan down low, nice pass. Nolan had 23 points. Sacred Heart, they were on a run, 25-5 between the second and the third quarter. Oxford battled hard and won right there, but it was all Sacred Heart coming down the stretch, and they get 16 points from DJ Heath, 13 points from Kevion Nolan, as well as 13 points from Deontay Wood, and they go on to win it big today. Final score 55-33.
I think a big thing is we played on the road a lot, so you never got a lot of fans there. You know, you had to build your own motivation as a person and as a team. And then when we come in here tonight, you have a lot of fans here who's behind you, that's really behind us 100% over at Sacred Heart, and I think that's really huge for our school, our players.
Our schedule is prepared for games like this. I mean, no game is bigger than another. We took this as just another game. I mean, of course we wanted to win it, and that's what we did. And I mean, we're just glad that we won. All glory goes to God.
So the Cardinals are back in the semifinals for the county championship for the 2nd consecutive year. More on who they'll play in just a moment. Up next, 2nd-seeded Anniston girls looking to repeat as county champions, facing 10th-seeded White Plains. The Lady Bulldogs grabbed the early momentum with shots around the perimeter like that one. Raven Cooley gets the 3 to fall there, but White Plains would answer later in the first. Good ball movement, sets up the 3-pointer by Hannah Barno. But Anniston grabbed the early lead and never looked back in the second quarter. They led it 37-14 at the half. White Plains fighting hard tonight. Barno again on the layup right here, but Anniston was just too much down the stretch. Raven Cooley put on a show tonight. 30 points for number 4 as Anniston pulls away late, and they go on to win it big tonight. Final score in that game, 67-29. There's your final score of that game. White Plains and Piedmont boys was your last game. White Plains getting the win over Piedmont 67-45, so that's who Sacred Heart will play in the semifinals coming up on Friday. Speaking of those semifinals, they look like this. Jacksonville and Oxford girls will start the action Friday 4 p.m. from JSU's Pete Matthews Coliseum. Alexandria and Anniston boys will follow. Then at 7 o'clock, the Pleasant Valley girls against the Anniston girls in what should be a great game. And we already now know that last matchup, it is Sacred Heart and the White Plains boys will cap it off at 8:30. You can catch those semifinals and the finals right here on TV 24. The girls start at 4 o'clock. You saw the schedule just a minute ago. And then the finals on Saturday, girls at 6:30, boys at 8 o'clock. Again, all those games live right here on TV 24.